Before Jesus came into the world, worshiping God looked quite a bit different. For one thing, they didn't have pastors at their church. Instead, they had priests to teach them about God. Now, pastors today get to wear whatever they want, but priests back then had a very specific outfit they had to wear. It was a brightly colored robe that had a bunch of bling all over it. Now, to cap it all off, there was a special hidden piece of the outfit called the Urim and the Thummim. These were likely two nearly identical looking stones. The high priest was instructed by God to keep these in the chest plate right next to his heart. But Urim and Thummim were more than an accessory to a really expensive outfit. They were also used by the priest to get God's direction on some really tough questions. Just like people would come to a pastor today to get help or advice on what to do next, people would come to the priest to use the Urim and Thummim to get direction from God. But not just anyone could ask the priest for help. Only a bigwig of Israel, like the king, could come to the priest with a question for God. Like, "Hey God, should we go to war with these people or not?" The priest would get out the Urim and Thummim for God's answer. He may have drawn one out of a bag, meaning green light, go for it. Or maybe one of them started to glow, meaning red light, stop, not a good idea. No matter how it worked, they were used by God to give direction on some really important decisions. But this wasn't the best way to hear from God. After all, only one person had the Urim and Thummim, and at that, only the king or someone else super important could use them. God wanted all of his people to be able to get his green or red light on all sorts of decisions, big or small. This is one of the reasons Jesus was so excited to send us the Holy Spirit. Now, we can use the Holy Spirit as our own personal Urim and Thummim. Instead of going to the guy with the bag of rocks, we can just ask the helper in us a simple question. The Holy Spirit is waiting to help. Just ask.